Right, welcome back everyone, it's your boy, the Stoned Wargamer, and we are playing ENDZONE. We're going to start with the tutorial. Main tutorial. Let's do the main tutorial and then see if we need any additional help.
We finally left the end zone. Just look at this beautiful scenery. It's marvelous. Even though it's a bit different from what we had pictured, we were able to secure a few basic resources and are storing them in our bus.
Okay.
I'm glad we prepared ourselves well for this kind of scenario, especially since our inventories in the end zone ran low. Don't forget that if you need additional information, you can look at our survival guide at any time. Well done. Everything you need to know should be right here. I think the time has come for us to at last build ourselves a new home here. Before we can construct buildings at all, we have to assign the profession builder to several settlers so that they can take care of construction contracts. In general, it's your responsibility to decide which tasks are important and how our settlers are supposed to be distributed to attend to them.
Right, okay, so I've got to tell you guys what you're doing. How do I assign jobs?
Before we
How the fuck do I assign them to be builders then? Oh, right, okay, so that's how I do it.
Your builders will be ready as soon as construction contracts have been issued. The first thing we ought to do is to establish a working water supply. So we'll move on to our first construction contract. Place and build a jetty by a lake in the vicinity of your town center.
It's R to rotate, nice. Build the jetty there. Look at my little people. They're going to build my jetty. Go on, lads. Man, I love how post-apocalyptic this is.
Very good. The jetty was completed as planned. Now we have a place where we can collect water. There are other possibilities to gather water too, but the jetty is the simplest and most cost-effective method. We can obtain and store water from different sources, like a jetty, rain collector, or well in the cistern. The cistern should always be in close proximity to a water source so that our water carriers don't have to walk too far.
Right, so we put that there then. There you go, 1 of 1. Assign 3, really?
Great. We have now installed a working water supply, and water is now transported from the jetty to our cistern. Consider hiring more water carriers if you don't. Now we should focus on food production. It's important to ensure the supply right from the start. A gatherer's cabin, a hunting lodge, or a fishing hut can directly remedy the situation. I suggest starting with a fishing hut, since we're already located near a lake.
Right, okay. Oh fuck, there's my controller gone. Right, okay. I've built I've got to touch 2 people.
Good work. We've now taken care of our basic supply via food and water. Make sure that you have enough food and water on hand at all times, especially if you want to upgrade your settlement. A population that grows too fast can quickly unbalance your food and water supply, bringing major difficulty. Crops are another excellent way of getting food, because they constantly grow as long as the soil is moist enough. Each seed has different yields and growing times. This means that it could take some time until your field is ready to be harvested, in contrast to your fishing hut, where production can be right away. looks good. Remember that we need the widest variety of food sources to stay healthy. You should also plan ahead for drought periods that might come when it's not going to rain. Stock up on food and adapt your production to avoid bottlenecks. I'll show you a few more strategies later on. At the beginning, we don't have much scrap, wood, or other resources. We could build a production building, but to obtain resources as fast as possible, it's best that we start gathering right away. Assign a Gather All Resources task. All the settlers who haven't been assigned any profession by you are going to accept these kinds of tasks. In addition, settlers distribute resources within your settlement.
Gather wood. Okay, how do I get you guys to gather wood then? Ah, okay, wood gatherer. Scrap gatherer, there's loads of scrap in there, so we'll get two of them up.
Since we now own plenty of resources, we can start to build a real production building. Then you don't have to always make efforts by hand that collecting is taking place. Production buildings are not only easier to manage, they're right on. The best thing for us to do now is to build a forester's lodge to automate our supply of wood and make it more effective at the same time. Foresters are not only able to chop down trees, they reforest areas with trees as well.
Oh, they've added in logistics so you can pay for it. This is gotta be good.
Good job. You might want to change this building's working area later on to tell your workers where they should get their wood from. Ah, and for your information, if you want, you can also tell your forester's lodge that they only ought to attend to reforesting an area in order to create a lush, green forest which generations to come can use. Very good. Now we ought to take care of collecting scrap. Scrap is one of the most valuable resources because the quantities present are limited, and we can recover other resources from scrap. Unlike the task we just had, the scrap yard allows larger quantities of existing scrap to be dismantled than with ruins or
Ooh, got a drought, hey?
Great. You can change the working area for the scrapyard too. We can recycle scrap into 4 additional resources: cloth, metal, plastic, and electronics. We'll do that shortly, but for now we ought to take care of your settlers' needs first. Our people want a place to sleep and live. Cabins fulfill their need for safety and privacy.
Cabins.
Increase the confidence of their inhabitants.
Look at
In
that.
other words, Building cabins increases their willingness to start families and reproduce, if you know what I mean.
I actually lived in a cabin. I've actually lived in a cabin like this for nearly 2 years of my life. Look at that, that is fucking cool. Okay, so I built some cabins. Oh, he wants me to build quite a few of them then. Jesus. Saving. Right, so there's... okay.
Besides cabins, you can also provide sturdy houses and shelters as housing. Sturdy houses withstand sandstorms better and have an increased storage capacity to boot. Children living in houses gradually fill up the house's stockpiles. Settlers do not reproduce in a shelter because they lack privacy. Let's return from our excursion
itchy
into
nose.
housing and refocus on
Sorry about that, guys.
With the help of a recycler or refinery, scrap can be sorted into 4 different resources. A recycler always takes scrap apart, one resource at a time, while a refinery automatically produces all 4 resources. To start off, you should build a recycler and produce cloth.
Okay, so there's our recycler. That's over there. Ah, okay. Haven't got enough people yet, but hell with it.
You can instruct your recycler to produce a different resource at a time. Happy settlers are industrious settlers. That's why we ought to look after our people and protect them against the surroundings and dangers, like radiation. So let's start by transforming our newly recovered cloth into protective clothing. A tailor will be able to help us with that.
A tailor, hey? Well, I imagine he's going to want to be somewhere in the main settlement. Let's have Mr. Tailor down there. Sweet, someone's in the tailor's doing what he needs to do.
categorize environmental radiation into 4 levels: no radiation, low level, medium level, and high level radiation. The radiation changes constantly and is influenced by weather and contaminated rain. Protective clothing helps to protect us against this kind of radiation, but it takes a while before it's produced. The tools we brought along from the ENDZONE are slowly but surely running out. So now, let's focus on manufacturing new tools. The tools will help us to work effectively. We'll need metal for that, so we'll prepare for production by building another recycler, which we'll commission to recover metal from scrap. After that, we'll need a workshop to enable the manufacturing of brand new tools.
Workforce 1. Can I upgrade? Let's destroy you. Well, not got enough people at the minute. Alright, metal. Right, okay, they're working towards building 2 metal tools. Let's take a little look around, eh? Abandoned arcade machine.
With our lovely new tools, we are now prepared to work effectively. Should you ever run out of metal, keep in mind that you can also instruct your workshop to manufacture tools from scrap instead of metal. Though down in the ENDZONE, we had sufficient time and resources to educate ourselves properly. But our children don't have this luxury. We ought to build a school and pass on.
Right, I've got to build a school, hey? Okay. Community. Let's put the school there. I think I've basically got the hang of the game now, if I'm completely honest. Everything sort of needs something. Maybe I will finish the tutorial. I'm not sure yet. I wouldn't send my kids to that school. I know that for a fact. Bloody hell.
Perfect. Besides the fact that educated children work more effectively, we'll also teach them to be more careful with their protective clothing and tools. This, in turn, leads to them staying intact longer, and we conserve valuable resources.
The way he just said that is basically like, oh, we're just going to use loads of child labour.
Now that our population is starting to grow, we ought to again turn our attention to the topic of food production. We are already accumulating fish and tilling our fields. A gatherer's cabin will now enable us to
Let's get the gatherer's cabin. Oh. I've got a kitchen as well. Technology. Exploration station. Water station. Okay. Upgrade buildings. Let me upgrade them then.
Very good. As you can see, the gatherer's cabin is an effective possibility to get food quickly. But watch out. After a drought, it's going to take some time before the plants have regrown. Although we are sufficiently supplied at the moment, our survival depends on diligent planning. If we can lay out a plan for an orchard, then we can start to plant fruit or nut trees that we can harvest after a few seasons.
Let's get an orchard going. Settlers available. Good. For one of you. I'll assign 2. Oh, seed chosen. There you go.
The orchard has been laid out. Our gatherer's cabin gathers food from the surrounding forests.
Part.
Well done. We can equally utilize the gathered herbs to convert them into medicine later on. It might happen that an illness breaks out in our settlement from time to time and spreads among our settlers. That's why we always ought to have enough herbs on hand. Radiation is the main reason why the health status of our settlement can decrease. Although our settlers already use protective clothing to shield themselves against environmental radiation, it might occur that our sources of water become contaminated. We should start to filter our water to prevent this from happening. We will need a great deal of charcoal to accomplish this. The charcoal kiln will burn wood to produce charcoal.
Right, okay. I want to be honest, I think we're ready to play an actual game. Configure your game. Easy game. We're just going to type in a load of random.
Oh dear, I seem to have spotted a cunt. Good day. What? Oh dear,
Free area around starting point. Settlement name. Ooh. Ooh. New stone. There you go. Right, let's actually do this. Let's play the game properly now. We've done a little bit of the tutorial, got a rough idea of what I'm doing.
This looks like a good place to settle. You know what we learned in the end zone. Basic needs come first and foremost.
Okay. First thing we want to do is get a jetty up for that water. Build that up there. Resources. Oh my god, we can actually build on the car park. I do sort of like that. So we're going to build that there. Oh yeah, I need to sign with builders. I have 5 builders for the time being. No. Gather scrap. You over there, nice. Resources, food. I'm going to be best to go with a lake. Also, we're going to want one of them. What we'll do is we'll probably put that there. One of you can go there, on the forest in, nice. Actually, probably put two on the forest in. Got some cabins built, okay. Community, we're going to build the school there. Because community spirit. Recycler. I want you guys to clear here. Right, okay, we'll put the recycler there then. Let's move you up there, we'll be hella busy. Sweet, school is in session. Food, 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 food. Not really a lot in the radius there. What if we put it like there? Yeah, that would do, I guess. Hunting lodge. Build another 2 more cabins. I don't know what campfire does. Oh, okay. It's like a meeting place for everyone. Yeah, we'll put it there. Right, this is the settlement of Newstone. Looking pretty good. Workshop. Right, go on then. Gather up metal. Three builders should be enough. No, I think we're actually going to have to just brown it and buy a scrapper. Right, let's build the scrapyard there. You will destroy you. Wait for that to be built. Bird tent. I'm gonna want that. Taylor. Where the hell's the tailor? There it is. Tailor there. Water well. Actually, before we continue on with water. Right, we're saving. Good. Okay. Food station. A food station, constantly stocked with food. Right, okay. And yet we stand. I just got an achievement. Yet we stand. I think it's because we survived the drought. Scrap. We've only got 500 scrap, hey? Right, we need to clear some space to expand this village. You guys cut down. Hard liquor stored. Oh, I'm gonna need a pub, ain't I? I think that's how you produce hard liquor. Well, in that case, let's get the pub. Right, move over there. Right, let's destroy you. Joints. I can produce joints. Oh my days. This game's the fucking tits. I can literally produce joints in the game. That is fucking sick. This is a proper survival game. If this was the apocalypse, you so know people would be doing this shit. Right, upgrade buildings. I think we've cleared out. Where's my recycler? Let's bring this down. Hunt and lodge, yeah. Oh shit, we've got a load of homeless. I didn't even realise. productivity. Okay. Unhappy settlers. Homeless settlers. What we got here? Settlers with no clothing. Upgrade, yes. Okay, so that's upgrading, so we can now get more resources in, which is really good. Okay. You know what? Produce joints. I want you guys making joints. Oh, I think I'm going to need to get another tailor's resources. We're going to need another tailor's. Let's put tailor there. Community. Going to need a recycler. Alright, 25%. Things take a while to upgrade in this game. Hey Chief, there are more of settlers lately. If our productions figures continue to rapidly lead to supply bottleneck. Okay. Right. It's time to get some farms going, I reckon then. Food. Alright, stuff should be getting cut down. 2 on there, you're gonna grow them. Right, so we've got some crops growing now, nice. Right, change area of operation to there. Many settlers are gravely disappointed that it didn't work out with the celebration. Well, I can't exactly fucking help that, can I? It's the apocalypse. What do you people want from me? Can you not just be grateful you've got shelter, food and water? You give an inch, people take a mile. Survival mode, 50 settlers in 1 session. Okay, nice. Workshop. Why are you not producing plastic? You need to produce plastic. That's what we're going to start producing. By the way, guys, I just dropped a link for the Stoned Gang Discord in the chat on YouTube. Feel free to join the Discord so you know, join the community, be part of the action, the fun. I just butchered that. I couldn't even get my fucking words out then, Jesus. How are you guys unhappy? Temporary storeroom. Maybe I should get one of these actually. We've got a drought. Have we got enough water to get through the drought? Ooh. I'm not sure. This could be a problem. Build the storeroom there. Oh, how long is this drought going to go on for? That's what I want to know. Pasture. Oh, that could be good. That could be good. I think we might get a pasture, but we need to clear some space. So what we're going to do is, you guys going to hurry up and build the storeroom? Oh, saving. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, produce a load. This is going to be annoying, but I need you to change your field of work to there because we need to build a pasture. And we've still got a problem with homelessness. Build one of them then if it's telling me to. Bit limited on the space. Right, housing. We're going to need a load. Oh. Oh. producing plastic. Not you, you're the one producing plastic. I think I'm going to need to build another recycler. Need quite a few of them in this game. Let's get another one of them over here, I guess. Research state. Jesus, that's fucking huge. Look at the size of that. And a market as well. Right, I know what we're going to do. We're going to start expanding our settlement out. So this is going to be one little confined. And then over here. Right, we need a road going here. Right, okay, resources, scrapyard. I'm gonna have you there. Logging cabin. Probably just gonna have you side by side if I'm honest. And then a recycler there. Right, it's a nice build. That is a nice build. Water. Sweet. The second village is getting there slowly. 5 unhappy settlers. Well, boo fucking who, guys, innit? You know what? There you go. Right, slowly but surely getting there. Oh right, yeah, you boys need a place. Scavenger. No, we'll probably just take you apart for now. Right, where's the tailor? Let's close that. Oh, no. Neck scarf. How would you... Boots. Metal tools. Ah, okay. I need you guys to build some metal tools, please. Come on. Right, they need... Whoa, shit, sandstorm. Oh god. All the water's gone, but we have got a fair bit in reserve.